Good day, everybody. This is James and Gary doing our yesterday's movie review. This is our first show and our attempt to review movies that we saw and to show our personality here with Millennium Technology Group. We like to do is watch movies, so we figured we'd give this a shot. So, Gary, what's the first movie we're going to review?
Yesterday.
Interesting choice why we chose that for our first one in the title. So, what we expected going into the movie was, if you've seen the preview, it's about a gentleman who gets hit by a bus, and he is the only person on Earth that knows that the Beatles even existed and their lyrics. So I was kind of curious on the premise. What were your thoughts, Gary?
Very interested to see whether or not they could move this into something that could be a full movie. Yeah, the Beatles go away, but is that really that important to society or that fun of a topic? So I was just interested to see where they could really take something so simple as, well, the Beatles' history is gone and what could happen.
I agree. So what's interesting is the first couple moments of the movie is you kind of get a quick, and it does flow quickly, a background of this gentleman who is struggling to be a musician. And he's got his longtime friend who discovered him at a talent show when he was 13 and became his manager. Now I'd say they're in their mid-20s?
Maybe early 30s.
Maybe early 30s. And she finally got him a gig at this big festival. He plays, and it's the children's tent, and maybe 5 children are watching him and his friends. So he gives up, he quits. His manager slash good friend, she tells him, no, don't give up. He's driving his bike home. Boom, gets hit, wakes up. He's the only one that knows the Beatles. What I liked about the movie was as he went through, he didn't know all the Beatles songs. He knew of them, but he had to rediscover them.
Yes, and to piggyback on top of that, there are other things that he doesn't know went away that he finds out through the movie, and not to ruin anything for anybody, but there are a lot of the jokes will come from that portion of it.
I agree.
Very funny things watching him figure out what was or was not remembered by everybody.
So it's simple like, this is not an example, but he goes, hey, Mom, can I get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And she goes, what's peanut butter? But that's not one of them. That's the things that happen that kind of gives it the comic relief. So why should you go see this movie? If you like music, you like the Beatles, definitely go see it. I would say it's very similar to Bohemian Rhapsody in the fact that it's good if you like that music. It's played throughout the movie, but it has nothing to do with the actual Beatles.
Yes, by far the best part is rediscovering the words of the song with the main actor.
Correct.
You know, Eleanor Rigby is one of the harder songs to remember all of the interesting words that they use. So trying to remember it with him without listening to the song in real time was a fun little trip.
And also rediscovering some of the Beatles hits that you may have forgotten. I know since we've seen the movie, you and I both listened to the music today, just enjoying it again for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the things that we like to do, our review or how we're going to rate these movies, is not the number of stars means it's a better movie. We're going to kind of go backwards. We're going to use, since we're a technology company, how many times I checked my cell phone during the film. So I only checked it twice, and one because at one point in the film, I thought it was over, and I was like, that was really short. And I realized that there was about 45 minutes left in the film. And the third time was towards the end. I was wondering if there was still more to happen. So only 2 times I checked the cell phone. What about you?
Yeah, I checked it about 3, not including buzzes from anybody texting in or looking at who could possibly be calling, that kind of thing. So I would say 3 checks on time, how much time was left, that kind of thing.
So that's our rating system. There's no cap because we could really see a terrible movie and check our phone 20 times.
Just spend the whole time playing games on it.
That too. So this is a new system we're trying out. Hopefully you enjoy it. So one of the other things that we were going to do is talk about fun facts, things that we learned after watching the movie or things that we went to go look up after seeing the movie. So Beatles was the main topic, so we kind of researched the Beatles. One of the things I found out was the song Yesterday. Original lyrics were actually scrambled eggs because Paul McCartney woke up one morning, had the tune, the melody in his head, and he didn't want to forget it. But he wasn't ready to write down the lyrics, so he just was doing what he was doing in the morning, having scrambled eggs. So he would hum scrambled eggs to the tune of Yesterday. Second fun fact, the Beatles spent 1,278 weeks on the Billboard charts. So if you average that out, that's an average of 24.5 years on the Billboard chart. Also, the Beatles wanted to do the film version of Lord of the Rings, and they wanted Stanley Kubrick to direct it. Kind of interesting. That would have been a good one to see.
Yeah, considering Kubrick turned him down, it makes a little sense. I'm not sure it's up there with Yellow Submarine as a fun tropes down
Right.
memory lane kind of thing.
If you haven't seen Yellow Submarine, grab a six-pack and watch it.
Yeah, it's a trippy experience.
Other fun facts about the Beatles. On the album cover, Abbey Road, there's the play on the term the fifth Beatle, because behind George Harrison, there's actually a Volkswagen Beetle. So those are some fun facts we learned just looking up about the Beatles. Those are presented to you by Puzzles Entertainment. Do you have anything else, Gary?
Last thing I wanted to say is for anybody who goes into this movie, just expect a fun little trip down memory lane with the Beatles songs. This is not going to be a Harry Turtle Dove romp down alternate timeline, alternate universe, alternate history kind of thing. It's just going to be a fun little movie that you can go and enjoy anywhere yourself, with your significant other, anything like that. Just a little fun time with the Beatles.
And for our final review, we're going to kick it over to the one, the only, Mark Vincent. Mark, what are your thoughts?
I haven't seen it.
All right, I appreciate that. Everyone enjoy. In the comments below, tell us what you think of our first video, what movie we should see next. And we're open to seeing current movies in the theater, classics, or if you really want to torture us, terrible B films, as long as we can stream it online. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.